In the 1990s, the Pentagon demanded the impossible. They wanted a jet that could defy the laws of aerodynamics and the limits of metallurgy, an aircraft that could break the sound barrier, and then stand perfectly on air. To the engineers at the time, these two requirements were a physical contradiction. Aviation experts said the math simply didn't add up. You could have a supersonic needle or a hovering brick, but you couldn't have both. For a long time, they were right. Until Paul Bevilacqua, a lead engineer at Lockheed Martin, came up with a radical idea that changed aviation history. He realized the answer wasn't just more power, it was a mechanical brain and a swivel joint that shouldn't exist. But even Bevilacqua's genius needed a starting point, and for that, the Americans had to look at a failed project from their greatest rival, the Soviet Union's Yak-141. While the USSR was collapsing in the early 90s, their premier VTOL project was starving for cash. Lockheed Martin saw an opportunity that would go down as the greatest bargain in aviation history. For just $400,000, they bought the flight data and technical blueprints for the Yak's rotating nozzle. It was a fraction, a tiny fraction, of the billions the Pentagon was prepared to spend. American engineers took that Soviet failure, refined it with Western precision, and turned a desperate Russian experiment into the mechanical heart of the F-35B. The Pentagon bought the keys to the future for the price of a luxury house. But the Russians only had the metal. They didn't have the logic. To keep a 27-ton supersonic jet stable in a hover, you need more than just a swivel nozzle. You need a God-level computer. The F-35B is essentially a flying MacBook. It runs on 8 million lines of code. Every millisecond, the software calculates wind speed, weight distribution, and thrust output. It makes over 500 micro-adjustments every single second. The pilot isn't actually flying the hover. They are just giving the computer a suggestion. If the software lags for even a second, the physics of that 27-ton brick take over, and nobody walks away. But how does a machine this heavy actually think its way out of a total disaster? And what happened when the code failed? During the classified flight tests at Edwards Air Force Base. In Part 2, we're going inside the actual crashes that nearly killed the entire project. We'll deconstruct the hidden self-preservation mode that makes this jet smarter than its own pilot.